All right, here we go again, folks. The Nintendo Direct disease is once again spreading. The second that a showcase ends, which we just had a partner showcase and an indie direct not too long ago, people start asking, cool, but when's the next one? And now the internet's buzzing once again because apparently a brand new Nintendo Direct could be happening in September. But is it real, guys? Is this again a nothing burger? What could they actually show? And is there a chance that we could get more than one direct this next month? Let's talk about it. So let's go ahead and set the stage. Here's the deals. According to Video Games Chronicle and other outlets, multiple sources are saying that a Nintendo Direct is planned for mid-September, and that lines up with other people such as Switchforce, who specifically floated September 12th as the date. And here's why that matters, guys. September 13th is the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. So if this rumor ends up being legit, Nintendo would be staging their Direct literally the day before Mario's big birthday. Well, let's pump the brakes real quick, guys. Tap them just a little bit. This is all rumor territory, which means take it with a grain of salt. I know a lot of you guys on the internet don't understand what that means, but this means that nothing is confirmed. This is all just people speculating, just talking. So once again, take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, this timing actually makes a lot of sense. Nintendo historically has had a Direct nearly every single year in September, except 2024. For some reason, they just didn't have one. It was a weird transitional year where they quite weren't ready to reveal the Nintendo Switch 2, so they skipped it. So honestly, if you're betting on a Direct happening this September, it's a pretty safe bet. More than likely, they will have one, judging from their history. And we got the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. That exact week. So this seems like it's a perfect guesstimate right here. But let's get into what has people really hyped, guys, and that's Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We got that Metroid Prime 4 hype going in full force. This game has been hanging over our head for years, but lately the smoke is starting to look like fire. And why? Because Metroid Prime 4 has now officially been rated in multiple regions. South Korea's board back in July, and more recently the ESRB here in the United States. That's not speculation anymore, guys. That's real. And whenever you start seeing ratings pop up, it usually means a game is close to actually having a release date, which we still don't have a definite release date for Metroid Prime 4. People are still thinking it's coming November, December. Let's go. All right, let's go. We've been waiting for how long? I remember when it was first shown when the Switch OG came out. Nintendo even dropped a trailer earlier this year confirming the game is still planned for the Switch and the Switch 2 in 2025. So it's going to be cross-platform or cross-generational. If this Direct is real, guys, there's a very good chance Metroid Prime 4 finally gets the spotlight, finally gets a concrete release date. And let's be honest, the Metroid fans have been waiting way too long for this one. They've been patient. It's their time, guys. And now this is as good as ever for it. Now let's talk back about Mario's 40th anniversary. Mario, the mascot of Nintendo, probably the most popular video game mascot of all time. 40 years. That's insane. I was 1 year old when Super Mario came out. 40 years is amazing. Now, back during the 35th anniversary, Nintendo went pretty big. We had Mario 3D All-Stars. There was new merch. There was limited edition hardware. They even teased the Mario movie. So naturally, the expectations are high for the 40th, if not higher. But here's the question. What can they actually do this time? What can they do to top it? We've already seen Mario 64. We've seen Sunshine and Galaxy all bundled together. Do they add Galaxy 2 to the set and just call it a day? Do they remaster the DS games and call it a day? Or could they do something completely unexpected? Maybe a brand new 2D Mario celebration project. We had Mario Wonder not too far off, but I don't know, guys. Or maybe some more tie-ins with the movie or the theme parks. The sky's the limit, honestly, here. But my point is, in regards to this, if this Direct really does land the day before the 40th anniversary, Nintendo absolutely has to do something Mario related. And they have to have it up their sleeve. If they don't, that's weird. If they really ignore the 40th anniversary of Mario the day before, that would be weird. And, you know, even if it's not another giant collection. There's no way that they would let such a milestone slip unnoticed. Like, how many video game franchises outside of like Pac-Man do you know that are 40 years old? Now, there is the rumor that there is multiple directs coming, and this is where things get a little wild. Things get a little silly around here, and this goes into the speculation and the rumors and all that. There's some chatter online that's suggesting that there could actually be 3 different directs in September. There could be one that is focused entirely on Mario's 40th anniversary, which that sounds believable and actually possible. There's a whole bunch of Mario stuff that we've been seeing floating around on Twitter and stuff. Then there's apparently one that would be specifically dedicated to Metroid Prime 4, which I could see that happening, a Metroid Prime 4 Direct. Yeah, that's a possibility. And then there's one general Nintendo Direct that's rumored to be covering other games and third-party stuff. Do I personally think Nintendo would drop 3 Directs in 1 month? Probably not, but we can't ignore that the fact that they shifted towards more game-specific presentations lately, like Kirby Air Ride, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and we've seen partner showcases and indie worlds fill in the gaps too. So while 3 separate directs might sound like it's a bit much or a bit extreme, it's not impossible that we at least see one focused event alongside a general direct here. I would lean to say we'll see a 40th anniversary Mario Direct, and then we'll see a general direct. There's a lot of stuff that we still don't know. We don't know Hyrule Warriors' release date. We don't know Metroid Prime's release date. There's a lot of games that we still need to have announced. So it needs to be done, guys. Now, let's talk about what I like to call the direct disease, right? Because this all ties back to what I call the direct disease, and everybody else calls the direct disease. If you talk about, if you look on the internet, everybody's like Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Direct. It literally is like a direct disease, and a lot of YouTubers talk about this. Every time Nintendo does a showcase, people immediately start asking, cool, but what's next? It's this endless cycle of hype, speculation, disappointment, and if it doesn't line up perfectly with their expectations, people are just let down. They think it's the worst direct ever, right? And look, I get it. I love direct season. I love speculation. I love the leaks. I love the surprises. And covering these events is some of the most fun content to make, right? But at the same time, sometimes we all just need to step back and chill and actually appreciate the games that we already have, or the lack of games that we have already, right? We still have Bonanza, we still have Mario Kart World, there's still great games like UFO 50 and other stuff like that, because let's be honest, how many of you guys still have unfinished Switch OG games that are sitting on your shelf right now? My Switch OG backlog is humongous. So at the end of the day, here's what we know, guys. September is historically a Nintendo Direct month. They usually have one. The Mario 40th anniversary is happening. Metroid Prime 4 is getting rated all around the world, and multiple sources are saying a Direct is coming. So while this is still rumor, I think the stars are definitely aligning here, and signs point to likely, right? But now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that we'll get a single big September Direct? Do you think we'll get multiple smaller ones? And what do you think Nintendo is going to actually do for Mario's 40th anniversary? Drop your predictions down in the comments. I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. And if you're new here, you love Nintendo news, leaks, hype cycles, all that good stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 95,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like the video, ring the bell, all this cringe stuff that YouTubers say. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and let's hope this direct happens. I think it will.